Welcome to a special edition of Sailing Doodles. A lot of people have been asking for this, so we're going to do it. We're going to do what's in my camera bag. Basically, I'm going to go through all the equipment we have. A lot of people think we just throw this together and we film it on a phone. No, there's a lot of really expensive equipment we have, and we're going to go through it. Explain the sunglass real quick. We had a little bit of a fireworks explosion the other night. It was pretty scary. I'm okay, but basically I've got this lens blacked out because I have some burns to my eye and eye face and everything. It's pretty scary. I'm going to make a full recovery. But it was really scary for a while. I couldn't see for a few days. And also, we're giving away. It's totally free to enter, free to win, all this. There's a link in the show notes from Gulf Charters Thailand. They're giving away a free week on one of their yacht charters. All you gotta do is be a subscriber, follow us on Instagram, and then sign up for their newsletter, and you win that. Just in the show notes, follow that. But right now, let's get to what's in my camera bag. So as you can see, there's quite a bit of camera gear here. I have really 3 or 4 cameras, do different various functions. This is my main camera. Actually, the one I use most time is actually on this tripod sitting here right now. It's the exact same camera as this one. It's a Lumix GX8. The only problem is that this one died. I really like this camera. The part that broke was the audio input. I think it was really cheaply made there, so I had to replace it. I could have just got a new camera, but the thing is I already had the lenses for it. Like the lens that's on there right now is a really good lens, so I just bought a used one of these to replace it. The picture and the video and the audio is really good, and I really like this camera, the Lumix GX8. The very first camera we started this whole thing with Sony A6000. Really good camera, takes really good still pictures, does okay on video. The thing I don't like about it is it's only got proprietary audio jack, right? So I have to use this audio jack here that plugs in, and it's hard mounted, so it breaks all the time. I go through these all the time. It's kind of a pain in the butt, but it's a good camera. I have several different lenses for it. This is the one I use with the underwater housing, which I'll show you in a moment. And then this is the wide angle lens. It's 10 by 18. And then I have my long lens. This is really good for B-roll. I still use this quite a bit because it gets some good B-roll if you're shooting across the harbor or something like that. I think it's a 250. 210. This is the underwater housing for the A6000. It'll be on it'll work on the A6300 or A6500. And then this is the little grip I have. It's by Backscatter. I think the housing right here was only like $300 online, and the little handhold was a couple hundred or $100, something like that. And then of course the dive light for that. This is a little camcorder I've had for a while. It's Panasonic. It'll shoot in 4K, but we really don't ever use 4K just because it's so hard to edit with, and I don't have the proper stuff for it. The good part about the camera is the video stabilization. The built-in software stabilization is excellent. I mean, it's really good. I like for Laura to use this one because she can just grab and go. It's user-friendly. Just pop this open, hit record, and there you go. Some things we've done to it to make it better. I added this wide-angle lens to it, so it just screws on. And the problem with it was it had a very narrow field. Now it has a lot wider field, and the image quality is not suffer for it. The thing I don't like about this camera quality wise is the color. The colors that come across are not very good, but it's easy to use. And I added this extra microphone. The built-in microphone right here just really wasn't cutting it, so there you go. Now it's super easy to use. And while we're on microphones, so this is a really nice Rode microphone. I don't remember what model it is, but it's battery powered. Problem is it's a bit too heavy to go on my cameras and work in the gimbal, so I really don't use it. I think I'll use this on my next camera when I buy. I don't know what I'm going to buy, for some kind of Canon probably, I'm not sure. But then I also have these Rode microphones that's sitting on top of the camera that I'm recording this with right now. Works really well. I really like it. These thing I like about these is you don't have to have batteries, and the sound quality is still really good. Like I said, this is the proprietary one for Sony. It's kind of a pain because these other ones you can see are flexible mounted, right? So if you drop the camera, it falls over, it flexes, it's not going to break. This thing, it falls over, it's hard mounted in, it'll break. A couple little tiny cameras, just a Sony Cyber point and shoot. I used to use this one a little more often than I do now. It does pretty good picture quality. The audio obviously is not good at all. And then a couple different action cams. This is the Sony Action Cam. The thing I really like about this camera is it has it built-in optical stabilization. So it's not software, it's not cropped, it's optical stabilization. It works really well. The drawback is that there's no screen to see. You can't see what you're recording. It just has a little display on the status of the battery and everything. But of course, do have a couple of Hero 4s. They do quite well. But I really don't use these anymore now that I've got the underwater housing for the Sony camera. This is a Yeti Blue microphone. This is what we do all the voiceovers for. I got it maybe, I don't know, a while back. The original voiceovers were kind of poor, but getting better. It really is hard to film the voiceovers in a boat because it's not very sound deadening, and we really don't have a chance to do it anywhere else. So I wish we could do better like at a studio for doing this. Maybe the next boat will actually have a studio where we can build in soundproofing. Of course, the drones. This is DJI Phantom 4 Pro. It does have sensors that, you know, on all four sides and below it. Although I've been having a lot of problems with the sensors lately. They haven't been working, so I just turn them off, really. So in hindsight, I don't think I really needed the Pro. Just the Advanced would have been fine. But I do have a couple extra batteries for it, a couple extra blades. I'm really happy with it. Shoots in 4K. It'll do you know, 60 frames per second. Really good camera. The DJI Spark. In hindsight, I probably wouldn't have bought both of these. I would have bought like a Mavic Air, but I bought this before the Air came out, and this, as a matter of fact, before the Air came out. I do like the this because it's easier to grab on a boat. You can reach up and grab it, whereas, you know, trying to catch the Air that's about this same size, you have to grab it from the side and then turn it over. And so trying to catch this thing when we're underway is difficult. But the thing I like about it is so small, put it right in your bag, easy to carry around with you. Lots of tripods. These are cheap, cheap. Not cheap, but really good. This is the Joby Gorilla Pod. Definitely worth it. It's like 65, 70 bucks, whereas these are like 15 or 20. But these things break all the time, and they're cheap, and they fall over. They don't handle a big camera. This one, worth the money. Don't forget the phone. Honestly, you know, last resort, not even a last resort. Sometimes I've been out before my batteries died on my camera, and I'm like, oh crap, I really want to get this. I pull out the phone. It shoots in 4K, 60 frames per second. It doesn't do well in low light, obviously, but you know, I use it quite a bit. And this is the 3-axis gimbal. It works really well. You put the camera right on here and it stabilizes everything. I really like it. I need to get a bigger one because I would like to upgrade to a bigger camera, a better camera like a Canon, maybe 80D or something like that. And this won't handle that. It's just too wimpy for that. The new ones, the DJI just came out with a new one that I might try to get when we get back to the States, if I get back to the States. So this is it. This is the camera gear I use pretty much on a daily basis. I use at least 3 or 4 of these things every day, and we still need upgrades. Like I said, I want a better camera. We need some better audio equipment. We try to make the best product we can for you guys, so hopefully you enjoy it. This stuff's expensive, you know, so if you feel like becoming a patron, that really helps us out to buy new equipment. Honestly, that's pretty much, we pretty much invest everything that comes in back into the channel to make it better, and hopefully you guys like it. So really appreciate you guys. So hopefully if you're in the market for any of this stuff, I'll do links in the show notes to all these products if you want to buy them on Amazon. We are an Amazon associate, so it doesn't cost you any extra money, but if you want one of these things, if you click on the link in the show notes for it, we get a percentage of that, and it really helps out, so thank you so much. And if you got any questions or comments, leave them down below, and I'll try to answer them as best I can. If you like these products or what you think would be better, please help or give us some good ideas on that.